Now we're getting into the renewal 30 days out. Now we're kind of getting to the finish line, really. Turn my voice control on here. Let me get in this thing. Now that we've worked our way through the 90 days, 60 days, and 45 days, we need to focus on that 30 days out from renewal. This is typically when we've got to make sure that we've got all of our documents on, that we've got the payment taken care of. If the policy has been issued by the carrier, we've got a copy of that policy over to the customer with a copy of the paid invoice and everything. Period. At this point, we also want to include a claims guide that goes out with each renewal to help customers understand if you need to file a claim, not just calling the carrier, but what's that process look like? What should you document? And really just continue to provide that value through the renewal process. Now we're just waiting on the system. All right, now let's see. In this 30 days before renewal period, really the most important part is making sure that we've gotten payment and either the policy has been issued or we're waiting on the policy to be issued. And if we've got it in the stage of waiting on carrier to issue, we will create an automation as well that completely follows up with the carrier every 7 to 14 days until we get to the renewal date, making sure we have a copy of that policy. All right, let's see. During this 30-day period, if we've gotten payment and the policy's been issued and we've gotten everything we needed, including maybe an agency fee form signed, and we've basically taken care of the checklist, we can now move this over to renewal completed. When we move this over to renewal completed, then it will automatically create a flood insurance policy as a custom object, and it needs to copy the information over from the deal. It needs to copy over the contact, whoever the referral partner is, whoever the customer is. It needs to automatically set this policy as active. The effective date will be the same as the close date, and then the expiration date will be 1 year out. Here, we need to make sure all these properties push over from the renewal deal properly so that it pre-fills everything next year when it comes up for the renewal again. We also need to be able to create a task here that automatically takes a copy of the policy that's been issued and puts it onto the policy file as well. And this is really going to bring down, the last stages. As we get into the 30-day period, the only potential stages left after the renewal 30 days out might be waiting on the carrier to issue. It might be waiting on renewal payment. And if we're waiting on the renewal payment, there could be a few different reasons. We're waiting on the customer to pay, we're waiting on the mortgage to pay, or something like that. All right, so we got everything here now. That we basically got this done. Now what I'm going to do is, what I want you to do is I want you to give me this whole full process that we've gone through from 90 days to 60 days to 45 days to 30 days to the renewal being either completed or declined. I need you to build out this entire manuscript and framework for my developer to implement into HubSpot. I want you to assume that this person has never worked in HubSpot before as we go through and we build this out. I want you to include as many visuals as possible. All right, now you see how it's going through this different, and sometimes with projects, this is what it'll do. It'll create what's called a canvas. And you see where it's going through all this. And on the canvas, I can mark right here. I could basically keep working on the left-hand side right here. But this is how it's building this out for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this document, actions, the HubSpot properties, everything. And I'm basically going to hand this off to my team. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and verify that I'm not missing something. I don't want to spend too much time on that video, but I'm going to go back and check properties and all that stuff and really double and triple check it. I'm going to send this to my team and say, hey, go through this. What am I missing? Because look, I want to get my team's input on this because they're the ones dealing with this every day. I want to make sure that we're not missing anything. Now, will we get into some deep emails and text messages, things like that we put in here? Absolutely. But I really just wanted to show you how I use this artificial intelligence to help me build not just my renewal pipeline. I'm going to be doing my service. I'm going to be doing my new business, my cancellation process, all of it, because I'm treating it just like one of my team members. So this is the last video I will do on the renewal process and things. I just wanted you to get a good idea of what our renewal process looked like with using artificial intelligence to help with it. Remember, if y'all have ever got questions, please let me know. I'm here to help you any way I can as I learn through this, just like you learn through this.